Hello everybody, welcome back to the Indescribable channel. I'm RK and we are back at it again with behind the scenes for Five Nights at Freddy's The Series, Season 1. If you think that's hard to say, you're wrong. I actually took one take to do that, so it might be a skill issue on your end. Anyways, we are wrapping up Season 1 of our Five Nights at Freddy's series with Episode 9, which I have listed on my script as Purple? That's the title of it. I believe we changed it to The Violet Skies, which, fun fact, when our series was supposed to be 3 movies instead of 1 series, the first film was supposed to be called Violet Skies. And I believe that's where I got the title. Oh, that is where I got the title from. Anyways, do I have any notes? Does anything crazy happen that I need to make sure I fix or I address? Let me see. No. Maybe? While I'm looking, do we have any questions, Editor Ryan?
No.
Okay, awesome. Now we got that out of the way. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I think I've said this before. I don't actually watch my videos after they're released. Except for literally this show right now. We're doing behind the scenes where I actually have to think about stuff. So yeah, I haven't actually seen episode 9 since I finished it in the spring of 2022. So it's been 3 years since I've had to worry about this. Yeah, let's just jump right into it.
Come on.
Wait a minute. Well, here, let's finish this scene. Not him. I forgot about this bit. I wanted to make it look like the games. It looks nice. I think it looks nice. We would fix Freddy and actually take a photo for that, instead of the only screenshotted cutout that I did ages ago. Got some cool eyes in the background. Yeah, real quick. I have some juicy lore that I can show you. Or here, how do I... Oh no, not here. Back a bit more? What is this? Who are you? Oh, is that Mike? Ah, that's cool. I didn't know I did that. Well done, me. I'm so good at the show. Is actually just me talking about how awesome I am. It's finally time I told you guys. Yeah, huh? I don't know that. Alright, anyway, sorry. Yeah, no, but this episode, or this specific scene, had an alternate ending originally, and we were going to include a whole nother game into that scene. Do I have it? I have some footage. I don't know if I have all the footage. If I have all of it, I will put it together and I'll put it in this video and you'll watch it in a second. But no, the original idea was to be Mike actually survives. He gets dragged by Freddy, but 6 a.m. hits, and then Daryl the day shift shows up and's like, Mike, what are you doing? And then Mike's like, no, they were attacking me. They totally were attacking me. And then Daryl was like, oh, this guy's insane. And then Fazbear Entertainment basically sends him to a psych ward. And in that psych ward, he has these visions, he has these hallucinations, stuff like that. It's supposed to be like the FNAF world kind of idea. And we're supposed to incorporate a little bit of FNAF world in that. Yeah, if that scene is salvageable and showable, you'll watch it right now.
Oh no. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes! Oh, it's 6 a.m.
Mike, what are you doing?
Me? No. It attacked me. They're all possessed. Me? No. It attacked me. They're all possessed. The purple guy. Kill the kids. Put them inside the robots.
Mike, you're not making any sense. How
No.
about we get you some coffee and we can talk this over and figure out what actually
I
happened?
know what I'm talking about. Look, come on. Move. Come on.
Okay, Schmidt. Let's get you to a medical clinic and then we can talk.
Hello? What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down. Oh, yeah. So where we left off here is in episode 6, Henry, William killed some kids again, and then Henry found the Spring Bonnie suit in one of the rooms and kept it safe, put the building on lockdown so William couldn't get it. And he snuck in as our night guard, Fritz Smith. Or no, this is Jeremy. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. He snuck in.
I'm old friends.
Oh, what's that one meme? Oh no, what's that one meme? I was so happy. Wow, this day couldn't get bad. And then the fuck you guy came in and said, fuck you. Okay, anyway. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, you watch with captions if you want. There's stuff in there. It's at the point that it's been so long ago that I don't remember exactly everything that's in there. There's stuff in there. Check it out. There's probably lore. Or not. I mean, from what you guys have done, from all the stuff I've hidden and put out there and hinted at multiple times, you guys ain't finding that. So I might as well tell you, check the captions for stuff, man. There's gonna be some hidden secrets. Maybe.
I knew you'd be here. You need that thing, don't you?
Of course I do. It's the only friend who hasn't left.
God.
You're sick.
Are you here for a reason, or just to criticize me?
Don't you care? You've killed...
I wasn't good with audio yet. You could tell. But I wanted to say I'm not good with I wasn't good with audio. I'm better at it now. At least I know how to make it sound good.
So many people, and for what? Nothing.
I killed them because I could. We've been over this. And you know what? I'm not sorry. So you can go tell Charlotte... Oh wait, she's dead too.
What about your family?
Your family's either died or left you. Michael's the only family you had left, and you've done who knows what with him.
You think I care? Your words of scorn and condescension mean nothing to me. I love my family dearly. They're all dead now. As for Michael, I couldn't care less. He deserves everything that has happened.
Why are you laughing?
Because you forgot something. Our security cameras don't record audio. But nice try now. Now, you're gonna help me take this to my car. Thanks, old pal.
It's not one of those things where, like, we would have done this so differently and much better. So basically the idea was Henry would lure William in and bait his confession so the security cameras would pick it up, but the security cameras don't pick up audio. We had a shot that looked like that was supposed to be the security camera, so we would get that message across. We lost it. Where's all supposed to... do I have any notes for this scene? Yep, that's his plan. William's crazy, not stupid. Yeah, just some details that were cool. I have highlighted for William, jerk. Yeah, this is just another one of those scenes where, like, we could have done better. Maybe one day we will. I don't know. I've talked about this so much during this specific show, and like maybe doing some FNAF content as well, the past few months. I want to do more FNAF content, for sure. I finally got out of my swing of it and stuff like that. But anything we do will not... If we were to do more content from FNAF, from the FNAF the series world that you're seeing right now and stuff like that, it would be a complete... It would be season 3, maybe, with, you know, the Steel Wool games and stuff like that. Maybe. But right now we're at the point where I kind of just want to do everything from scratch, basically. And Day Shift would probably be our biggest step into that. Like, okay, now we have some grounds in how to do this stuff, what we can do more with FNAF and stuff like that, and kind of like reboot our show. Because my original idea was just remaster season 1, keep season 2 the way it is, and then add season 3. But the more and more I look at at what we would need to do and how everything would work, and just the whole how the timeline of the lore has adjusted and shifted, and how I don't want to hold on to theories for narratives. Just more and more I'm like, It's also the same thing with my just frustration with FNAF nowadays. Just theories really take it out of me. It's like, I just don't... Theories used to make... I used to be a FNAF fan for the theories and stuff like that, but now it just feels... It's not intended, I don't think. But now it just feels like it's a content farm where everybody's making... Where, like, games come out and they'll make good theories and good ideas out of assumptions and stuff like that, and then they'll clarify and clean up, which is fine. But then, like, months later, they'll just add a random theory that just doesn't matter and try to change everything. It's like, that's not enjoyable. I don't want to... I've said this before on billions, like, game theory, I love the game theorists. I love their whole thing, but, like, once they look at FNAF nowadays, it's just... I'm going into a tangent. You're here for FNAF. Maybe I'll talk about more of the internet culture and my views on it and stuff like that later. But right now, let's talk about FNAF. But yeah, if we were to do... I think right now what I would want to do is just completely reboot it. If we were to do another FNAF the series. But I think right now, Day Shift... I really hope I want to focus on Day Shift and the FNAF tapes more than our FNAF series. For now, at least. You'll see more FNAF. You'll see more FNAF. We need views. Anyway, we're done with that tangent. Let's actually watch some more FNAF. What's going on here? Later that night. Should I censor this?
Who's there? Michael, if that's you, I'll kill you. Elizabeth, it's you. It's you. I know what I'll do. I'll do it. I'll put you back together. I'll put you back together.
Okay, this scene was meant to be a bit more cinematic, but obviously things get lost in the cracks. Yeah. No, nothing much. The footage that you saw was originally from a TikTok that I was using to promote season 1. I think I... yeah, okay. How much you had that? I think at this phase of production of FNAF the series, I wasn't sure if Josiah would be coming back for William Afton. And so you could clearly so you could see in the past few like episode 6, 7, 8, and 9, I'm taking over. I'm standing in for Afton, for William, and stuff like that. And I don't really have. I'm still trying to develop how I want to perform him, and I'm still, and as an actor, I'm trying to figure out how I want to perform him and how I want him to be. But as a director and as a writer and a storyteller, I'm still trying to figure out how I want him to be perceived. Write that down. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. No, I'm still trying to figure out how I want Afton to be presented. Because once again, I've talked about how he originally was meant to be this broken person that does these things that are a delusion of bringing his family back. But the more and more I wrote him and created him, and like the more I sat with him like in my head and talked about how I had created him and molded him, the more I'm like, he can't be a broken person because narratively it doesn't work. And once again, billions of times I've said this. I don't think we play as Mike in every game. I don't think the Afton saga is what the original games was the original story of the game, stuff like that. And more, I think in season 1, at this episode, we get to the point where I'm realizing that. I'm like, no, this isn't about the Aftons. This is about the Emilys. We talk about Henry, the puppet, and stuff like those are the guys. We don't hear about in the very first introduction where we see the word Afton, the word Emily in the Silver Eyes book. The Emilys are introduced first, then the Aftons are more side characters and antagonists and stuff like that. Yeah, and I feel like, and as we go into season 2, we will kind of see. I'll explain more how I handled that, with still talking about the generally accepted story of what we have in our series and stuff like that. And I think this is the point where, like, you'll see in when we did episode 8, my Afton in that was meant to be much more closer to Josiah's, but much more insane in a Joker aspect, I think is the best way I can describe it. Much more playful and stuff, much more untamed playful, more wild and thrashing and impulsive and emotional. And then episode 9, we get a proto version of season 2's Afton, where we see, oh, he's crazy, but he's not stupid. His brain is working just fine. Everything he does is collected. And obviously, to culminate what I was going, this Afton that we see in that last scene, I'll put you back together a bit, was meant to be a bit more like Squimpus McCrimpus's Afton. Voice was like, oh, or he talks like this and stuff like that. And he's like, yada, 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 yada. And then we'll see it develop more and more. But yeah. Here's where I was talking about last episode. The Fazbear Relocation Initiative. We're going to see about that. This is the scene that was supposed to end off episode 8, but we moved to episode 9.
This tape will serve as an agreement between Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and Fazbear Entertainment, whereby Afton Robotics shall design and fabricate 3 conversion.
I've said this a billion times. I love this photo I took. Don't know why. Realistically, it's not that good. Love that photo. I just love it. You can see the clear tape that I put on to get the cardboard and the eyes stuck onto the vacuum tube on.
Kids to transform 4 existing Fazbear and Friends characters, and 4 Freddy Fazbear's Pizza characters into 4 redesigned Freddy Fazbear's Pizza characters. And 4 licensed Candy's Burgers and Fries characters such as Candy and Cindy respectively, and their accompanying set and prop pieces as described in the following tape. The following are instructions on how to reorganize and costume the animatronic characters. The characters scrapped will be put center stage. Freddy Fazbear will become a redesigned version himself, Bonnie the Rabbit will become a redesigned version himself, Chica the Chicken will become a redesigned version herself. In stage right, Foxy the Pirate will become a redesigned version himself. He will be put in a separate area titled Pirate's Cove. The newly designed Freddy Fazbear characters will be sent to Afton Robotics. Any animatronic characters found after the selected date will be immediately retrieved and owners will be prosecuted.
Also, before we jump into the next bit, I just want to clarify. Realistically, none of this was on tapes. They would not explain any of these initiatives on tape because they're just going to employees. Like, hey, read this packet. This is what we're doing with the animatronics. The engineers will know what to do. Everybody will know what to do with the papers and stuff like that. They're not going to mass produce tapes. I wouldn't personally. If I owned Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which Scott Coffin, give me a call. I'll open up a Freddy's for you. Nothing will go wrong. No. Yeah, no, just I don't think it'd be a VHS tape. Obviously, we see here, like, that's my biggest thing with VHS tapes. It's like, would this actually be a VHS tape, or would this just be like just a little packet, a booklet of what to do? Maybe that's the video. Maybe that's a video we do, ranking every FNAF VHS tape by how realistic their Fazbear Entertainment infrastructure is. There we go. Anyway, we'll find them when we do. This could have looked better.
Villains are they who deal in crooked talk. Shifty eyes, feet ever moving, pointing with fingers. They have perversity in their hearts, always plotting evil, sowing discord. Therefore their doom comes suddenly, in an instant they're crushed beyond cure. That's what'll happen to you, William. The sun sets and the land returns to darkness, but today it promises a new light. For the devil has fled these lands. For although my failures were many, it seems they can now be measured as a victory. But this is not the end. I will pursue William. I will find him in whatever land he's fled to. It is my destiny, and it is his.
The animatronics have the lives I've taken from others. It's truly remarkable. I'll have to take more for the required experiments. Henry won't be available. Think again if he wishes to suffer. Maybe there's a better way. Yes. I know just the thing. That man will regret the days that he crossed paths with me. Clearly, humiliation isn't enough to deter your futile efforts. So I must be more creative. Yes. I think I know just the thing. Let's put your determination to work, shall we? Come with me. I'll show you something amazing. I'll show you the violet skies.
I forgot we had this music in this season. I completely forgot. I think we had it earlier in the show. I got this idea from Walton Files. Have to be honest. This is where I got it from. Yeah. It just hit again. The nostalgia and knowing exactly where I was as I was doing this show. However, I have more notes to talk about, but sorry, my brain just like see in 2023. Actually, I want to end on that image. This, I said this before in previous episodes. I'm going to say it again, because some of you guys might be watching this for the first time. And if you're new viewers, welcome. This channel and this show is, it means a lot to me. I've started doing filmmaking when I was like 9, I think. They weren't good films. Nothing got finished. But like, I started writing scripts, started figuring out how to do effects, puppets, and stuff like that. And then we started actually making stuff with FNAF the Series Season 1 in 2019. And then just going through COVID, being isolated, struggling with fuck ton of undiagnosed mental health issues. Really, it just getting help for that, and then still working on this. And like making friends within like community theaters and stuff like that, and having those friends help me with this, and in turn just making more and more, and like going through high school, going through relationships at the time, drama and all of that stuff, and just going through a medical condition my senior year, and just going through growing up and just seeing where you come from, and just watching and remembering exactly where you were and the conversations you had with people, the most boring casual conversations just you could have with someone, just sitting down on a couch waiting for an actor to show up. I'm not crying, I have allergies, I promise. It's the end of an era. Season 1, the finale. It basically was like, you're done. You're done making movies on your own. You're done making movies with living with your family and stuff like that. You're done being a kid making movies. If you want to keep doing this, you have to do it on your own 2 feet. There's no one carrying you, helping you with it and stuff. You have to work for this now. And this is I am very lucky to have the lifestyle that I did have growing up. I understand that completely, and I don't mean to sound like I'm bragging about this, but like, you have to be an adult now. Basically, like, this screen, this image that you see right here is kind of like a prompt, like, hey, I'm going to keep doing this. It wasn't meant to be at the time. At the time, I was just thinking, okay, let's work on season 2 next. But like, now looking back, it's like, oh, I'm an adult now. I am, as of recording this, well, as of you seeing this and me recording this, I turned 21 this year. I don't know. I'm rambling a lot. This is a really, I'm rambling a lot this episode. Okay. All right. Now, I think the biggest thing I have to mention is that we actually have Michael Afton was supposed to be in this episode. The Michael Afton we see in season 2. He was supposed to... We were supposed to see the FNAF 4 box. And in the box was supposed to be some things. I won't go into it because it doesn't really... And it didn't make it in, so it doesn't matter. Oh, well, I actually have it listed. I didn't think I did. I'll list it off. Let me read this scene.
Fazbear Entertainment has finally revealed its new owner, Andy Patrick. He intends to start fresh with Freddy's Restaurants and plans to create new franchises. Whatever he plans, the world will be waiting with excitement. All right. Let's greenlight candies for the West Coast and have Pop Goes in the East Coast. Hello, Mr. Afton. What brings you here? Hey, man, I wanted to know if there's anything left here under Afton. I think so. Hey, Robert, can you show Mr. Afton the Afton storage room? Yes, sir. There it is. Father. This better explain some stuff.
We basically have the beginning of Sister Location. And it was supposed to be a hand unit talking and stuff like that, and then the elevator door's opening, and Mike says, okay, let's get to work. Which we see in season 2. I'm glad we didn't do that stuff, because I feel like it would have to, the Mike that we got in season 2 would not have been the same if we put this bits in season 1, I think. Yeah, we did a bit more rambling. Well, we do a lot of rambling with these videos. But we did a bit more than I intended about stuff. And yeah, that's season 1 of Five Nights at Freddy's, the series. I've already said it before, I'm recording some of these back to back, so you'll probably see a few more. I'll change. But we'll be recording a few more of these. Tune in next time. We're going to be going into season 2, episodes 1 and 2. Finally doing stuff that you guys have definitely seen, if you're fans of the channel. Once again, I'm RK. Thank you so much, and as the screen says, we'll see you next time. Bye!